There's a moment every builder hits that nobody warns you about. It's not when you buy the car. It's not when you tear it apart. It's the moment you realize you're not ready for what you just started. And what you do right there decides whether the build survives or quietly bleeds out in your garage. I'm Johnny Ngo. I've built a few cars you might recognize. But none of them started with confidence. I didn't wake up knowing how to turbo a car. I didn't know fabrication. I didn't even know what I didn't know at the time. Back then, there was no YouTube walkthroughs, no forums with step-by-step answers, no AI to sanity check a plan, and Google was still pretty limited at the time. I planned, but the learning happened in real time. Every turn of the wrench was a game time decision. I'd ask people who'd done it before. I'd get a few tips, and I learned the rest with my hands. That's kind of a different kind of unprepared, not careless, just early. This episode exists because I lived through the moment where a build becomes bigger than the version of you trying to finish it. People think builds fail because of money, or bad parts, or bad advice. That's almost never the real reason. I've watched cheap builds die, and I've watched expensive builds survive. The most dangerous build is the one your current life cannot support. Do you actually have the skill yet, or just the ambition? Do you have time every week, or only when life cooperates? Do you have space where the car can sit unfinished without haunting you? And most people never ask this, do you have the mental bandwidth to carry it on for months? Big dreams aren't the problem. Big dreams without support systems are. Here's a part people rewrite in hindsight. Almost everyone who's good at this started small, with oil changes, exhausts, sound systems, suspension, and not because they were lacking vision, but because they were building capacity. Capacity isn't talent, it's repetition under pressure. Nobody starts at full wide body, custom aero, or torn down drivetrains. They just pretend they did. And if they did, it's usually because someone else who's done it before walked the path with them. A mentor, their shop, family member, or their crew members. Capacity isn't talent, it's repetition under pressure. And if you're still watching this far, you already know this isn't about you being lazy. When the build is too big, it doesn't stall, it bleeds. You miss a weekend because you're tired, and suddenly 2 months disappear. Parts show up, but none of them finishes anything. You stop opening the garage door for fun, now you open it with guilt. The car sits, and you avoid it, and every time you walk past it, it costs you something. It becomes a chore instead of a passion. That's not failure, that's misalignment. This is where people say, I'll just pay a shop to do it. Cool, but now you're stressed and you're broke. I've seen cars sit for years. I've worked at shops where customers kept changing their mind. New idea, new part, new direction. The build ran in circles. Not because anyone was incompetent, but because the project never had a backbone. No defined scope, no locked vision, no real endpoint. At that point, it's not a build, it's a hostage situation. Building isn't about knowing everything, it's about being honest before your car demands it. What can I actually do right now? How many hours a week do I really have? If it pauses for 3 months, do I recover? The best builds aren't the boldest. They're the ones that survive real life. This episode isn't about shrinking your dream. It's about protecting your momentum. Because nothing kills a build faster than asking today's version of you to finish tomorrow's vision. In the next episode, I'm going to tell you about a build that taught me this lesson the hard way. The one that broke constantly. And the one that taught me more than success ever did. Build that ladder before you climb that wall. This is Tuner Playbook, a guide for dreamers to build something extraordinary. Let's go get it.